For over 12 years, a man from South Wales named James Howells has been begging officials to let him dig through a landfill. But why? Turns out, he thinks that a Bitcoin wallet that he lost is somewhere in that landfill, and it's worth around $800 million. In 2013, James was working as a computer science analyst when he was cleaning out his office and accidentally left a hard drive among a pile of garbage that was set aside for the dump. A miscommunication with his partner at the time led to that drive being taken to the landfill. What he didn't realize was that the hard drive contained the only copy of his private key, which is used to access Bitcoin wallets. And his Bitcoin wallet had 8,000 Bitcoin on it. He got all that Bitcoin by mining it as a hobby in the late 2000s when it was still really cheap and had virtually no utility. James didn't realize this nightmarish mistake until months later when the price of Bitcoin began to skyrocket upwards, and he attempted to check on his balance. Knowing now that his drive is worth millions, he's been trying to get it back ever since. But why has this already taken 12 years? That's where the Newport City Council enters the chat. You see, Newport City Council claims that hard drive belongs to the city anyways, even if it were to be recovered. How convenient. Also, according to them, any attempt to recover it would come at a high cost. And this decision by the council is backed by a judge. Surprise, surprise. James even offered to split the money with the city if he did all the work and found it himself, and his offer was rejected. Seems like a pretty reasonable offer to me. James insists that the drive is still legally his and argues that it was technically discarded without his consent by a third party. The actions taken by the city council really leaves me to wonder if they're blocking him from finding it so they can find it themselves. I'm not saying that's what's happening, but I will ask you this. If someone lost a treasure map of an $800 million fortune in your backyard, would you look for it? I don't trust this city council, that's for sure. They openly mocked James and called his mission a quote, fool's errand and a journey of towering stakes with no guarantee that a 12-year-old buried disc is even findable, let alone the proverbial haystack worthwhile. I don't know about you, but I think that sounds like something a pretentious jerk might say. Despite all of his obstacles and setbacks so far, James said he's willing to search every piece of hay in order to find his valuable needle. He even took the case to Britain's High Court to convince the city council to allow him to search the dump. However, the judge exclaimed that the search had no realistic prospect of succeeding and rejected his request. Suspiciously enough, the city announced plans to close and cap the dump site soon after, despite not closing those plans in recent court proceedings. Why would they just randomly close and cap a dump site? Seems rather shady. Now, James is holding on to hope by a thread in this final stage of his journey by asking the city council if he can just outright purchase the landfill, since they won't let him dig there. He's already secured a data recovery firm and an excavator. He already enlisted the former landfill director to map out the site and has a pretty good idea of where it might be. He's ready to go. But of course, so far the city has refused to let him excavate the landfill, and now claims that they plan on closing the site for good. It seems like a better plan for me and the city, said James, who has envisioned clearing out the trash and converting the site to a park, or maybe even making it another dump site. It's a shame he isn't on the council, actually. The council declined to comment on the matter further, with a spokesperson for the office pointing to a statement made in 2023 that said, "We have been very clear and consistent in our responses that we cannot assist James in this matter. Our position has not changed." My question is, they cannot assist him or they will not assist him. Could they assist him if he was a senator, a congressman, a lobbyist, or a judge? I personally empathize with James a great deal. People have thrown out my belongings on accident before too. Crap like that just happens sometimes. It's life. It just sucks that the people who are supposed to make the city better for its citizens are ironically making their lives much more difficult. What would you do if you lost a hard drive with $800 million worth of Bitcoin on it? Would you keep trying to find ways to get it back like James? Or would you just give up and move on? I don't think I'd ever be able to just forget about it and mentally recover from losing that much money. Especially given the circumstances, there's just something really fishy going on with this story. Now, I have some opinions about this city council that I'm probably not allowed to share here, but I will say this whole case smells like a fish market rotting in the summer heat. I guess if we see any members of this city council's net worth grow astronomically overnight with no feasible explanation whatsoever, we might know why. Thanks for stopping by, and let me know what you do in the comments section below. If you like this video, hit that like and subscribe button to stay up to date with future content. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, save that money.